All right, so Karen McKinnon, and you're a public health nutritionist?
Yes, I'm a public health nutritionist. I work with the Guys Brannigan Straight Health Authority.
Okay. And so I know March is Nutrition Month.
Yes, yeah.
So what are some of the basics or some of the important things people should know?
Okay, for Nutrition Month, the focus is on food from field to table and celebrating food. And so it's about sort of going back to our agricultural roots and looking for products that are local and buying local and supporting local farmers. And it's also about more than that. I think it's about looking at our family meals and the importance of a family eating together. We know that families who eat around a table together more often, those children that do that with their families have less chance of becoming overweight and obese. They have less chance of developing substance abuse problems, yeah, as well as even things like eating disorders. And so it's sort of about cooking, eating together, and looking at what's in season and available. Even in the winter, we know right now we can still get Nova Scotia apples, we can still get root vegetables, and cooking more like our grandmother cooked.
Okay. So what are some of the basic things maybe that some common questions, I guess, that you get in regards to nutrition?
Yeah, a lot of it's about, I guess, portion sizes, and people think Canada's Food Guide, oh, it's so much food, I could never eat that much food. But when we look at the portion sizes in Canada's Food Guide, if we think, for example, with grain products, a half a cup of pasta is a serving of grain products, right? So if you sit down and have 2 cups of pasta at supper, you're going to get 4 servings, and then if you had a sandwich for lunch, another 2. And then you had toast for breakfast and you had another 2 slices of bread, and all of a sudden you're at that 7 servings. So I think people don't think, they think that, see that 7 servings of grain products or 7 servings of vegetables and fruits, and they think it's a lot of food, but if we look at our portion sizes, it's actually not.
Okay. And what about food labels? Is that something?
Food labels, yeah. I have a lot of questions about food labeling, and I think that actually, and I'm doing a session in Antigonish on March 31st at Health Connections on food labeling.
Okay.
At 6:30. But yeah, I think food labels can be very confusing for people in terms of what should I look at when I read a label. And we know things like salt, fat, sugar, that's all information that we need to learn more about. And so I'd encourage people to come out to the session in Antigonish, or also to give me a call at 747-3367 to talk more about that.
Okay. And lunches and that sort of thing, those are always kind of hard
Right.
for people to. So do you have any tips for preparing, lunches and meals, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think people need to think outside the box and really try to come up with, I guess, use foods differently. For example, using beans when they're making meals more often. So, our diet, our supper, we tend to think of, okay, well, what meat am I going to have for supper? And we know a healthy dinner plate actually includes half the plate should actually be vegetables. And then, and so sometimes it's, having beef, chicken, fish. Other times it might be, what beans can I include in my diet? Can I try something like tofu and mixing it up? As well as planning ahead. We know that people who plan, when you're going to go buy groceries, what can I make this week? What else do I have going on in my week? And sort of plan around that. And so plan some things that are really quick to make, and also plan some things that are going to take some more time. Maybe if you have time on a Sunday or something like that.
Okay. Perfect.